My name is Peter Gadsden. I'm a Strategic Director at Brent Council with a responsibility for customer services and all of our digital support services. At this time of the COVID crisis, I've also been leading on the shielded list of NHS patients that have been identified by the government that we are helping to support through this difficult period. We in Brent have over 6,000 people on our shielded list, and we have got a team of people from across the organisation working at home on the telephones, calling all of them, asking them about their welfare and whether they need of food or medication or other issues such as social isolation. But what you're going to hear now is from the actual people that have been involved and have been calling some of those of the most vulnerable people in Brent on that shielded list. So I hope you enjoy it.
I've been taking part in the shielding cause because I live quite far from Brent, and so it's the only way I can sort of volunteer my time to the borough that I actually work for.
I've spoken to quite a few residents who were quite low on food, and we've been able to facilitate food deliveries to their address and generally any other basic supplies. There have also been residents who are just happy to have a chat. They might not have seen someone for quite some weeks now, and they're generally just happy to talk about Netflix or football, and they're happy that someone's checked to see how they're doing.
The majority of the people that I've spoken to have been really quite pleasantly surprised at the councils providing this service.
I've probably made about 20 hours worth of calls so far, but they've all been really interesting and I've had some really great conversations.
It's a really important job that we're doing because I've spoken to so many residents and it's clear that they've had no idea where to get support from. I spoke to a young lady and she was running out of food, and had I not mentioned about the national government's package scheme as well as ours, I'm just not too sure she would have known where to go for help next.
I've taken about 36 calls so far, so I've probably spent about 10 hours making the calls, and I've absolutely loved it. It's been really important making the calls. I think people have really been really happy to hear from someone.
I've been very happy to make that connection with our residents. I feel it's very important to make sure that they feel supported. In fact, I've had residents thank me for making that contact. I've also had lots of follow-up phone calls too. So they've saved my number in their phone history.
One key thing that stood out was an older lady who was still going out and doing her shopping. When she realised that Brent could actually provide food directly to her house, she was really thankful that she didn't need to risk her health anymore.
You know, people have said things like, they haven't been able to get to be able to pay their bills at the post office, or and we've been able to kind of let them know about different organisations and services that exist which they can get in touch with.
Obviously some people haven't got family or friends around, so to be that contact for them has been really quite a rewarding experience.
What this experience has taught me is, obviously I'm very appreciative of what we have, but I would like to do more in the future to help vulnerable residents, maybe be part of a befriending service.
We've got to speak to so many different residents, and so many have just said thank you for just checking on them. Like, lots of them didn't need help, but just the mere fact that we were reaching out and asking how they were, lots of people were really appreciative.
On a personal level, I found this calling to be a very rewarding and worthwhile use of my time, and I know that it's just one of the many ways that Brent is trying to support its residents during this period and guide them through the COVID-19 situation.